as an addition to our gadgets are great gifts for Dad. So thank you for joining me. I'm Shannon, and as always, everything has a 30-day return policy here at HSN. But we tried to think out of the box for gifts for Dad. Now, fitness is definitely out of the box for me when it comes to a gift for my dad, but you know, dads, maybe you want to buy it for yourself. And one thing I know Dad doesn't want for Father's Day is another project, is another DIY installation. Would you put this together? Would you mount this? You know, can you do this, please? But we all want light because we know there's a whole security aspect to having light around your home. And not only that, we want it to be bright, and we want it to be easy, and we want it to be affordable. Check, check, check. This is from Bell & Howell. They are an Academy Award-winning company. They know lights, they know projectors, they know light. And what's interesting about this is when I say it's not like another honey-do project, Dad is gonna love this, or you're gonna love this, because not only is it not some big contraption to hook up with no contractor or wiring or electricity to worry about, it has these oversized panels. So it's more light than we've really ever done. And our Bell & Howell has a remote control, which Dad is gonna like a remote control. But not only that, it is going to give you, you don't worry about changing batteries, you don't worry about hidden costs, you don't worry about bigger fees. There's a bigger solar rechargeable panel on this than I've seen on anything, and we have it, of course, for only $10.50 on that flex pay. 740-457, let there be light. Let there be Lou Caputo to illuminate anything that I have left out. Lou, first of all, welcome. And it is really true. Dad does not need another project, but there's something to be said about a floodlight, but maybe more importantly, a floodlight that doesn't require wiring and that kind of thing, that is bright. A lot of these solar panel ones are not that bright. And this one, you can really get precise with the direction of it as well, correct?
No, absolutely. I mean, that's really what makes this unique, is that usually you hit the nail on the head with this one. Solar panels, when you look at them and you think, oh, it's a solar floodlight, it's kind of like, wah, wah, you know, it's a little disappointing. This one, Bell & Howell's knocked it out of the park, because on each one of these three panels, each panel can be aimed in any direction you want, even backwards. I mean, so you can have, like, it's basically having three separate floodlights on one device right here. Each one of these has 36 different little cob LEDs on each one of them here, okay? So that means you're getting 108 different LEDs on these. That is going to be a tremendous amount of light. Giant solar panel right here. It has the motion sensor and light sensor right here in the front. But, Shannon, what this one comes with, which is something we have never done before, you get a remote control with this, okay? So now you can turn the lights off when you want to with your remote control. You can put them in a strobe mode if you're trying to, like, you know, scare away an intruder. You can also put the lights in 75% bright mode. Now, why would you want to do that? Because in that mode, they stay on constantly. So it's just like having a regular floodlight, except solar powered. So real quick, let me just show you what these look like when the lights are down. I'm going to turn the lights down now. You're going to see it's going to get dark in here. You're going to see a bunch of little red flashes. Those are the motion sensors. I'm going to wave my hands. Look at how much light comes off of these things. And I can aim this light anywhere I want to, Shannon. Isn't that amazing? And it's easy to put up, no wiring and no hiring.
Well, and you know what's so interesting? Because even when I've sold those security systems here at HSN that have a floodlight, and you know, I realize different strokes for different folks. I mean, it's kind of like comparing apples and oranges, but at the same time, they're not as directional as this. So, and the fact that you can change them without hiring a contractor is a big deal. So whether it's holiday or porchside pirates or packages or just making sure that, you know, you get the garbage can out without the raccoon jumping out of the bushes and, you know, scaring the daylights out of you, you know, from people who have malintent, or from, like I said, the raccoon in the garbage. Yes, there's a convenience to this, and let's be honest, a great price. I mean, that's really a great price for this, especially with that remote, which I think is crazy. But Lou, that directional control of pivoting these heads, I'm trying to think. Do you know what? I don't don't think of it sold anything quite like that with that
We haven't.
We haven't, have we?
No, I mean, and so here's the big deal about that, though. This is what's crazy. If you put this on a corner of your house, okay, you can aim one toward the front, you can aim one toward the back, and you can aim one straight down. Let's say it's over your trash cans, maybe one over the garage door, and you want to do two separate pathways. Maybe you've got it mounted on a post like this, or it's on a tree. You want to have one going completely backwards in the other direction. You can do that as well. By the way, we give you the mounting hardware with these, and we also give you a stake, so you can mount it as I have right here in the ground if you want to. It doesn't have to be mounted to a wall. You can just stake it into the ground. Now I'm going to turn the lights off again because I want to show you the remote control features on this. So again, lights go out, sensors come on, I wave my hands, everything lights up, okay? Now, I can take the remote and I can say, okay, I want these lights to stay on, you know, forget about the motion. I'm not going to be walking around, but I still want them on. I'm going to hit the 75% button. You're going to see it go just a little bit. See that? It just goes just a shade dimmer, okay? Now, these are going to stay on until I turn them off, okay? I can hit the off button on them, all right? That one's going to go off. Now I hit the motion sensor button. The red lights come on again. I move my hand, and now they're in motion sensor mode again. One more thing. If I want to strobe one, I'll just do this one up here. Watch that. See how they start strobing? So if you have an intruder coming, you can just tell it, hey, you know what? I need you to strobe, and that's going to scare somebody away. So Shannon, these are probably the most versatile solar lights we've ever sold, and we've never done a floodlight before. We've done spotlights, but a floodlight is just a big, wide area light. As you can tell, I got my whole table lit up over here. And look at all the uses for this. Even if you want to put these in someplace where you were going to install a traditional floodlight, maybe over your barbecue pit, maybe over you've got an outdoor table where you like to eat, you could absolutely use this light because it does have that 75% dim mode of constant on.
Well, I think that's key. And with that stake, I love that video because it actually shows both. If you are glamping or camping, and let's say the privy is the great outdoors, you could illuminate your pathway to safety. I mean, or whatever it might be. So don't just think of this as maybe a semi-permanent installation. I say installation in the famous air quotes because you don't worry about cables or wires or anything of the ilk, but you could make the case that you could use it front of the house, back of the house, that you could take it if you are doing a staycation somewhere, and you know, whether that's beach or ballpark, wherever you want to make sure that your pathway is illuminated to safety, whether it's the privy or not. You know, it's nice to know that you could do that. And with the remote control, it does give you complete control. I know I talk a lot about my family and the farm, Lou, but I'll give you an example. First of all, in the country, as you know, it seems to get darker, and it's true because, you know, it's not like there's streetlight floodlights. When the sun goes down on the farm, it's dark.
Sure.
So my brother and his wife, and actually my mom and dad, they have a floodlight in the middle of their yard, and they have to keep it on. It's not like there's a remote, so they're, you know, it's just on if people want to be able to see their way to safety. Frankly, that's not very practical, and you know, why have something on if you don't need it? So whether we're talking about the control with the remote, whether we're talking about the convenience or the portability or the power, this really does, it has it all, doesn't it?
No, it does. And you know what? It's great for anybody out there who doesn't want to do any